It's a very confusing time with COVID, the cold, the flu. How do you know which one you have? That's why there's Consult-A-Nurse with MountainStar Healthcare. I want to bring in Jen Wagonar. Hi, Miss Jen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Okay. First things first. I mean, you and your team have been working so tirelessly. So thank you for everything that you guys have been doing. But let's talk about this crazy time. How do we decipher what is what?
Well, there are a lot of things floating around, as you mentioned in your opening, and I think Consult-A-Nurse is one of the ways that you can do that. There's also a nice grid at MountainStar.com that can help you begin to differentiate, whether it might be COVID-like symptoms, the differences between COVID and flu symptoms, allergy symptoms, and some other kind of seasonal things that pop up. So I think those are both ways that you could get started in doing that.
So how does Consult-A-Nurse work?
So Consult-A-Nurse is a free number, and you just give them a call and you can ask them questions about how you or your child or your loved one is feeling, and they help you kind of dive into those symptoms and understand what you should do next. So it's free. You don't have to be a MountainStar patient. There is an adult line and a pediatric line. So, if you call either line, you can get help for either thing. They can get you where you need to be. And it really just helps dive into those symptoms and determine, do I need to get a telehealth visit? Should I go to an urgent care? Do I need emergency department care? What's my, next step in making sure that I get better fast?
And I think that's so helpful because right now everybody's so hypersensitive. If we have one thing, we're like, oh my gosh, what do I have? I don't know what to do. So having that other person on the other end who's so knowledgeable about this to really bounce ideas off is really going to help. And Jen, another thing that I love on your website, and we're going to add it to our website, but you have a chart that helps decipher what you might have.
Yeah, the chart just helps kind of put it out there and say, these are the kinds of symptoms that you might experience during COVID. These are the kinds of symptoms that might not be COVID related. They might be something else. It's influenza season, so get your vaccinations and make sure that you're keeping an eye on that as well. And, for all of the things, any of the kinds of things listed on that chart, the symptoms vary just a little bit. So it's important to take a look at that, but also to be able to just pick up the phone and ask somebody some questions.
And Jen, quickly before we wrap up, if people haven't gotten their flu shot yet, should they still get it? Is there still time?
Absolutely. Still time to get your flu shot. We're early in flu season. A lot of the things that we're doing, staying away, masking, and especially washing your hands are keeping those flu rates lower, but you definitely have time to get that done.
Perfect. And if they want more information, where can they go?
They can go to MountainStar.com, and all the numbers are listed there, as well as the chart that you referenced earlier.
Perfect. Jen, thank you so much, and have a great holiday season.
Thank you, you too.